Episode 107.
In the dimly lit room, tension hung heavy in the air as Damon's gaze bore into Mr. Scott with an intensity that could pierce steel. Mr. Scott, trembling with fear, stood before him, the weight of his actions pressing down upon him like a leaden cloak.
This answer's not standard either.
Mr. Scott's breath caught in his throat, his fear palpable.
Ryden, Mr. Warbrick asked me to do this.
Damon's eyes narrowed, his suspicion confirmed. Ryden. The name reverberated in Damon's mind, igniting a spark of recognition and resentment.
Ryden's background is too strong. I can't afford to offend him. Damon, don't provoke this person.
Mr. Scott's plea trembled with the weight of his fear, his words a desperate attempt to sway Damon from his path of vengeance.
I know that you have Naomi's support, but even the Sullivan family won't be able to stand in front of him.
Ryden, it was him, that asshole.
Damon turned towards Mr. Scott and inquired.
Do you know him?
Damon's gaze shifted to Arnold, a silent demand for answers.
I don't know much about him, but if Mr. Hemsworth wants to know, then I'll get to find out right away.
Arnold's assurance rang through the room, a testament to his influence and power.
Damon, can you let me go?
Mr. Scott's voice wavered. His hope clung to a thread as he pleaded for mercy. Damon's expression remained inscrutable, the weight of his decision heavy upon him.
Let him go.
The moment hung suspended, the balance of power shifting with each passing heartbeat. Mr. Scott thought that he was out of danger. 5 minutes later, as Mr. Scott's trembling form stood by the riverside, Arnold's van pulled up, casting an ominous shadow over the scene. Mr. Scott's eyes narrowed in suspicion as he faced Arnold, his fear palpable.
What's this about? You're not going to...
But before he could finish, Arnold's cold smile silenced him, sending a chill down his spine.
Relax. This is just me letting you go. Consider yourself lucky. Usually my hands are stained with blood, and trust me, I really enjoy doing this.
Damn it, are you going to kill me? Please don't.
Mr. Scott's protests fell on deaf ears as Arnold's grip tightened, dragging him towards the van. With a hint of mockery, Arnold reassured him that survival was a matter of luck, a grim reminder of the dangers lurking in the shadows.
Well, if you can survive, it'll be your luck. But remember one thing. If you dare attack Mr. Hemsworth or anyone close to him, you and your entire family will suffer.
You can't do this.
But Arnold's warning silenced Mr. Scott's protests, his voice carrying a weight of finality that left Mr. Scott speechless. As Mr. Scott's world spiraled into confusion, Arnold's words cut through the air like a blade, revealing the true extent of Damon's power.
Why do people like you help Damon? Is it money? How much is he paying you?
Money? You underestimate him. Damon's reach extends far beyond what you can comprehend. No one dares to cross him, not even in Andover.
With a final chilling warning, Arnold casted Mr. Scott out into the darkness, leaving him to grapple with the harsh reality of Damon's influence. And as Mr. Scott's figure disappeared into the night, the echoes of Arnold's words lingered, a stark reminder of the consequences of crossing paths with power beyond measure. In the hushed corridors of the Hospital of Hillwood, the tension hung thick in the air like a suffocating fog. Tiffany lay motionless in the ICU, her frail form a stark reminder of the danger that loomed over her. Meanwhile, Damon stood vigil by her side, his gaze fixed upon her unconscious form, a silent vow etched upon his lips.
Sir, Tiffany is in the best ICU ward we have.
Damon's jaw clenched, his frustration evident.
The x-ray shows that there is nothing serious, but she is still in danger and hasn't woken up yet. You can rest assured that I have already assigned the best medical team for her treatment.
Damon's thoughts swirled with guilt and determination. This matter weighed heavily upon Damon's conscience, a bitter reminder of the consequences of his actions. They had nothing to do with Tiffany, however. She came in harm's way because of Damon. As the doctor spoke, Damon's resolve hardened, his determination to right the wrongs burning like a fierce flame within him. Naomi entered the room, her presence a ray of hope amidst the darkness.
How is she?
Damon's gaze shifted to Naomi, a mixture of surprise and gratitude in his eyes.
She's still not out of danger.
Naomi's concern was palpable, her mind racing with questions.
Do you know who did it?
Naomi was a smart woman. She knew this wasn't any freak accident, but was perpetuated by someone. Damon's response was swift, his voice tinged with steel.
The man surnamed Warbrick.
Naomi's expression darkened at the mention of the name.
You mean Ryden?
Damon's jaw tightened, his determination unyielding. They knew that if it was Ryden, half of the reason had to do with her.
He's a ruthless person. The Warbrick family has a large background and a large number of people. There's also a bank as their backer.
Naomi's face reflected a myriad of emotions, her concern for Damon evident. Even though Damon asked for her opinion, it didn't matter to him anymore. He was going to take revenge anyhow.
What are you going to do? Do you need my help?
Damon's gaze softened, a silent acknowledgement passing between them.
No, you can't help me.
Damon didn't want any help as he had already put men to work. He peeked inside the ICU. Tiffany was laying there helplessly, her body banged up. As Damon left the hospital, Thomas followed in his wake, carrying with him the key to unraveling the tangled web of deceit that ensnared them.
Sir, all the information about the Warbrick family is here.
Damon's resolve hardened, his eyes burnt with determination.
Do it.
With those words, the stage was set for a reckoning, the lines drawn in the sand as Damon prepared to confront the enemy. In the midst of turmoil, Damon received a call. It was Ryden. His call pierced through the silence like a dagger. His voice dripped with sarcasm and malice.
Mr. Hemsworth, I heard that when your girlfriend was performing, the stage suddenly broke down. I hope she's fine.
As Damon's grip tightened on the phone, his anger simmered beneath the surface.
You can rest assured that I have sent someone to investigate this matter for you. There is this man called Mr. Scott who is behind all this. He is a demon. I even heard that he is usually very inappropriate with the actresses he works with. If anyone resists his advances, he uses these disgusting methods.
Ryden thought that his schemes are finally working. However, Damon was smarter than that. Damon's voice cut through the air, cold and calculated.
Don't worry. I found the one who set up the stage. You're going to pay for this, Ryden.
Damon's words hung heavy in the air, a warning to those who dared to cross him.
Damon, what are you talking about? There is no evidence.
Damon's patience wore thin, his resolve unyielding. How dare he call him directly after having done such a heinous task? He was only asking for death.
What are you talking about? I called you as a friend, a well-wisher in order to help you.
Stop the pretense. You don't need to pretend. I know it was you, and you will start to regret what you've done in 10 minutes. Within half an hour, the whole Warbrick family will feel sorry for you. Today, you have to kneel in front of Tiffany's hospital until she wakes up.
Ryden's laughter echoed through the phone, a mocking taunt in the face of impending retribution.
Damon, you're funny. It's okay to frame me, but you still want me to apologize? What are you gonna do? Will you have the police arrest me?
Damon knew that the police wouldn't be helpful. If the police were really reliable, the Warbrick family would have been behind bars a long time back. Damon hung up. His next call was to Thomas. Damon's voice was steely, his command unwavering as he spoke to Thomas.
First, wipe out the application from the Warbrick family and all the companies under their leadership from McAllister Resorts.
With those words, the stage was set for a showdown, the battle lines drawn in the sand as Damon prepared to unleash his fury upon his enemies. From now on, it was clear that the McAllister Club would no longer cooperate with any company associated with the Warbrick family. Thomas made a phone call that would make that happen. Thomas also took out the funds to develop low-key business loans for the businesses of the McAllister Club. The die was cast, the wheels of fate set in motion as Damon's vengeance unfurled like a dark storm on the horizon. In the heart of the storm, the Warbrick family braced for impact, their downfall imminent as Damon's wrath descended upon them like a relentless tide. In the aftermath of Damon's calculated retaliation, the once formidable Warbrick family found themselves teetering on the precipice of ruin, their empire crumbling like sand slipping through their fingers. Now they wouldn't be able to get any loans, and they would have to fall back on their savings.
I'll let you know that you've messed with the wrong person.
Damon sneered, leaving Ryden shocked. The man who Naomi despised was going to erase their applications from the McAllister Club. Meanwhile, at the villa of the Warbrick family, chaos reigned. Everyone in the circle knew that the Warbrick family had been blacklisted from the club. Damon's latest voice note had left Ryden shaking.
I'll give you the time to kneel. The longer you hesitate, the worse the death of the Warbrick family. If any harm comes to Tiffany, I'll drag the entire Warbrick family to hell and bury you with me.
Ryden rushed to his villa. Ryden met his father and asked him,
What happened? Why such a ruckus?
Fuck. McAllister Club refused our application.
Ryden's indifference contrasted sharply with his father's panic.
It's just a club, isn't it? What's so rare about it? Maybe they did it on purpose.
The tension in the room was thick as the truth sank in, but beneath Ryden's bravado lurked a deep-seated fear, a fear of losing everything they had fought so hard to build. Ryden didn't seem to care much about it, as he felt confident because of their backer.
Bastard, what do you know? If we can't join them, we'll lose more than half of the resources in Andover Province. Their alliance is utmost to our grip of this town.
The assistant's sudden entrance interrupted their conversation. His demeanor was grave.
Sir, something's wrong.
Ryden's father's anxiety spiked, his desperation mounting with each passing moment.
What's the matter? Don't you see I'm busy here? The McAllister Club rejected us.
He knew the importance of the membership.
I must know the man behind the club.
All the major banks want to stop our loans.
Everyone was dumbfounded.
How is this possible? Can someone tell me what's happening?
The cooperation between the Warbrick family and the bank had been going on for at least 100 years.
It's absolutely true. I've heard from the grapevine that if the major banks don't shut down the Warbrick family, Swiss Bank will terminate their cooperation with them.
The weight of the situation bore down upon them, threatening to crush their hopes and dreams. As the shocking truth was revealed, the Warbrick family's world crumbled around them, their once unshakable foundation now crumbling beneath their feet.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content. Click the notification bell so you never miss an update.